Welcome to the 31st installment of Em Alejandro, your number one place for sports, cars, video games, fitness. If you're a man, you're here. Mr. Alejandro about to tell him.
What you about to tell him, Alejandro?
I'm about to tell you about Carmelo Anthony's historical night in the Garden.
Tell him, Alejandro.
The last time the New York Knicks played the Charlotte Bobcats, it was the start of a disastrous 5-game losing streak. We lost to the Indiana Pacers, and it was a blowout. They gave us the business. We lost to the Los Angeles Clippers, and Blake Griffin and DeAndre Jordan put on a dunk show. We lost to the Brooklyn Nets at home in Madison Square Garden on Martin Luther King Jr. Day, and it was the worst loss of the whole 5-game losing streak. The crowd ends up chanting, Brooklyn. The Knicks got blown out. Then we lost to the Philadelphia 76ers, a team that we're supposed to beat, because let's face it, the Sixers suck. This is not the Iverson days, so things got pretty bad. I ended up having to take off the Knicks colored bow tie. So for me to put it back on, you know the Knicks had to do something crazy. Recently, the last 9 games, Kevin Durant dropped 30-plus points. 2 games he had 48 points, and then 1 game he had 54. So tonight, Melo retaliated, responded, conjured up his own turn-up squad, and dropped 62, baby! 62! Historical. Let's get right into it. Tonight, Carmelo Anthony and the New York Knicks defeated the Charlotte Bobcats. Big game for the New York Knicks. They needed it. 125-96. They won at home. It's not even about the Knicks. It's not even about the Bobcats. It's all about StarMelo, Carmelo Anthony. He had 62 points. This is ginormous. He scored the most points in Madison Square Garden of ever. He broke Bernard King's record, which is the New York Knicks record for scoring points in a game. Big game. 62 points, 13 rebounds, 23 of 35 shooting, 6 for 11 from the three-point line, 10 of 10 from the free throw line. He was on fire. When Melo's on fire, he's a very, very, very scary scorer. Usually, he's not efficient, but it's not even about badmouthing Melo tonight, because tonight, Melo was balling. 62, son. 62 points. That's so big. The last person to score 60, I think, was Kobe. I think he dropped 60 in the Garden. I don't think it was last year. Maybe it was the year before. I don't even remember. It's been a minute since we saw somebody drop 60. Shout out to him. And it was bigger than Durant's 54 by far. The crowd was so into it. It's Friday night, you know. A lot of old Knick greats was in the Garden tonight. Larry Johnson, Big LJ, Big Grandmama, John Starks. We all know John Starks. He's a Knick legend. Allan Houston, Charles Oakley, and of course, Patrick Ewing. Everybody was in the Garden tonight checking out Melo drop 62. That was big. Shout out to him. He played 39 minutes. He was extremely tired. Shout out to Carmelo Anthony. I'm happy that Carmelo did it, and for at least one night, the New York Knicks were able to smile in this disaster of a season. On the Charlotte Bobcats, they had Big Al Jefferson had 25 points, 9 rebounds, 2 assists, 11 of 19 shooting, 3 for 4 from the free throw line in 31 minutes. But it got overshadowed by Melo dropping at 62, man. I'm sorry, man. 62, bro. Sorry. But I would definitely want to note this for the Charlotte Bobcats. Kemba Walker did not play. That's a big DNP for the Bobcats, because the last time the Bobcats played the Knicks, they ended the Knicks' 5-game winning streak, and Kemba was a big part of that. He had 25 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists, 1 steal, 1 block in that game on 9 of 15 shooting, and he had 12 of his 25 points in the fourth quarter. 4-4 from the field, and he had back-to-back threes in that game. So Kemba not playing definitely made it a lot easier for the Knicks to win, but nonetheless, when somebody drops 62, they're pretty much going to win. So shout out to Melo. By the way, the Knicks, nothing changes. The season still stinks. Coach Woodson still needs to get fired. J.R. Smith is still crazy. We still need to trade basically everyone, especially Melo, because he's going to leave in the summer. And I like Melo, but we got to start our rebuilding process now. The Knicks still missed out on trading for Rondo because they have no assets to trade for Rondo. They can't trade for Lowry because Toronto wants too much. They still missed out on Nate Robinson over the summer. It don't make no sense trying to trade for Andre Miller because they're not going to take J.R. Smith. So at this point, it's a wrap. The Knicks still got to trade Melo, man. I'm sorry. But for one night, at least, the city of New York can be happy. That's what this night's about. This historical night. Thank goodness. Tonight's Knicks colored bow tie is brought to you by Arrows. Tune in for more sports, cars, video game, fitness, and all that. Follow at Em Alejandro on Twitter to hear my immediate reactions to live sports events. Outro music. New York fans, please don't get your hopes up. We're still not going nowhere. I'm going to just keep it real with you. I'm sorry. Shout out to the Bobcats because they're the losing streak starters and the winning streak starters. Hopefully they start something. It's time to tell them.
Turn up, get it, turn up,
T-E-A, 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 T-E-A. Woo.